So as the baskets go around, please make a generous contribution to the Patriots. And you can drop your sign-up cards in as well. If you don't have the cards finished, you can give them to us later. Or there's a box out there you can drop in. And I am ready for questions.
You mentioned the VA. I'm a military brat, and I believe that the entire VA needs to be investigated and overhauled. I just heard from a widow who read of a veteran, an atomic veteran, who after 30 years finally was ordered compensation for his exposure and his cancer. The treatment or abusive treatment of veterans physically, psychologically, and the procedure for proving your disability to the VA, I think is irreprehensible. And I think that we need oversight on that organization and to change it radically from what it has become and has been for over 30 years.
Absolutely. And that's why I have a full-time veterans advisor on my staff, again a volunteer, and a Marine sergeant who served in Vietnam, and he has been for years helping veterans get what's due to them. And we're working to change the VA system. And when I went to Capitol Hill, I was there a few days ago, but the time before when I went last September, before the election, and saw a lot of my old friends there, and I also went to the Veterans Affairs Committee and gave a list of things to them that should be done. And I was invited upon my election in November to join that committee. Now, I didn't get elected, but we do intend, one way or another, to change the VA system and make sure it takes care of our veterans completely.
I got so many thoughts, I don't know which one to start with. But first of all, I kind of drawing on the whole idea that George Bush met with the British Prime Minister, and they got along famously just recently, like this week. And in Canada, they are the multinational corporation, I'm not sure. Anyway, Canadian corporation is working hard in Guatemala right now to release a major water pond full of tailings from mines that are mining gold that Canada is involved in, and that it will destroy.
Yeah, there are so many countries involved in this, but you see, it is not nations. It is these global corporations that have loyalty to no country and who control all too many of them. And they do seem to have a great deal of control, not only over the government of the United States, but that of Britain and Canada and a lot of others as well. So, and the New World Order, the heart of the New World Order is not the United Nations. The United Nations is essentially irrelevant to that crowd. It is the World Trade Organization, made up of representatives of the multinational corporations. And they answer to no one. So it's this system that must be changed, and you're absolutely correct. There are countless examples involving many nations, but the heart of it is that it's these multinational corporations that are doing most of this evil.
So,
yes?
Can you speak to any plans for shutting down the offshore tax havens where trillions of dollars are laundered by all the multinationals that would pay for health care for everybody on the planet and education? I believe Barack Obama and other senators are sponsoring a bill to shut down some of the tax havens. But are there any other plans for that?
Well, my plan for the last 8 years has been to tell the multinationals that, you know, since this is a free country, they can move headquarters overseas, like Halliburton was recently done to Dubai and whatnot. But unless they pay their fair share of taxes, they will not be allowed to import their junk to sell at Walmart, and so forth. Another approach, of course, which is related, and as a matter of fact was a paragraph in an earlier version of this. I had to cut it for time constraints. I eliminated about half the material. One of the paragraphs that is not in this latest version is that we will use tariffs to raise the cost to consumers in this country of things imported from those who have exported our jobs, to make the cost to the consumer essentially the same as it would have been had it been manufactured in this country by folks with union rights, protections for safety, health, and the environment, getting a decent wage.